What is going on with Bitway? BWT has gained almost 300% in the last month, and in this video we're going to discover who is buying here, who is selling here, and how much longer might this rally last. Let's have a look at the on-chain data, the data most people are not considering. There are no groundbreaking announcements or news on Twitter, now known as X. Bitway simply advertises its regular staking program. But some have noticed the BWT accumulation across cold wallets over time. And a few minutes ago, so that post was done on August 9th, the supply moved to a hot wallet. By the way, if you use X, feel free to also follow the account of this channel over here. I publish data regularly. Make sure though that you follow the right account, so that's at BitcoinStrat. So this is the Bitway chart. Regular pumps with subsequent dumps. Now we are at an all-time high of 23 cents. The DeFi protocol has 75 million of total value locked. And that compares to a market cap of 604 million. Now that's the current floating supply. The fully diluted supply is 2.2 billion. In other words, we do have an inflationary token. The team will get a major vesting unlock in March of next year. And so 1 year from now, we will have 72% more supply. Then another 100% gets added the following year, and another 85% afterward. And so the question is always, can the demand grow as quickly as the supply? If the supply already grows at such a quick rate, there's a high hurdle rate to overcome. So Bitway is a protocol on top of Bitcoin. We've got borrowing and lending. We've got the BWT token. We've got stablecoin vaults that trade delta neutral strategies, funding rate arbitrage, for example. Something that we here in Premium do as well, right? There's a premium membership of this channel. We do funding rate arbitrage regularly. For example, we can short natural gas and get 89% in funding rate. Similar strategies are employed by Bitway to earn stablecoin yield as well. But of course, the main concern is the unlocks. Now, most trading volume does actually not happen on chain. Here we've only got 4 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours. On the perpetual futures market, we had 50 million worth of trading volume. That was on Binance. And most perp traders are bullish, as in we do have a positive funding rate. Note though how the price tends to appreciate more than the open interest. We had a spike in leverage on the 21st of June, 160 million. But at that time, the price of BWT only went up to 13 cents. Now we are at close to double that value, but the open interest has not doubled. It did not go to 300 million, it's only at 100 million. In other words, there is also spot market buying. This is not just short-term leverage. Yes, the leverage has some impact on the price, but it's not the main driver. Note also how the recent rally is not that much fueled by trading volume on the perpetual futures. The trading volume around the 21st of June was much higher compared to the current rally. This current rally seems to be much more robust, because fundamentally how I think about this is, when a lot of capital enters an asset just through perpetual futures, then that capital is very short-term in nature. People use the perps in order to expose themselves with leverage to an asset, but they get in an asset and out of an asset very quickly. If you want to hold an asset long-term, you just buy it spot. In other words, if the price is going up, but at the same time the open interest or the trading volume on the perpetual futures doesn't grow to the same degree, that's demand through the spot market, not through the perp market. And that's inherently more stable. Note also how this current rally has not triggered a lot of short liquidations. So this is not the market makers suddenly buying up the supply in order to liquidate many traders that are betting on falling prices. It doesn't look like this at all, right? It very much looks like a pump and dump of a microcap that's been made to enrich the insiders, but the on-chain metrics don't really support that thesis. The perpetual futures data would look very different if that was the case. By the way, if you want to follow my trades in real time, again, there's the premium membership. I cannot share all the trades here for free on YouTube, but you can get a free trade with the website that's linked down below in the pinned comment. There's also a free tutorial video included in that email, and you don't have to pay anything, no credit card required, no payment required. When you make your first money with that trade, feel free to reinvest that in Premium. There's also a 7-day money back guarantee. Thanks for watching, feel free to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.